Welcome to the Laverne Church of the Brethren's weekly audio message. Here at the Laverne Church of the Brethren, we create a Christian community called by Christ to be inclusive, caring, and peace-minded. We affirm that people of any race, ethnic identity, gender identity, sexual orientation, ability, age, economic status, faith tradition, or life situation are welcome in our congregation. We believe in compassionate service, stewardship of creation, respect for diversity, and nonviolent reconciliation for differences among all people, nations, and faith traditions. We claim no creed but the New Testament as exemplified by the life of Christ. We strive to follow the way of Jesus. And through these efforts, we seek to grow ever closer to the mind and heart of God. And now let us ground ourselves as we enter into today's message.
I'll be reading from Leviticus 25, verses 1 through 6. The Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai, saying, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when you enter the land that I am giving you, the land shall observe a Sabbath for the Lord. 6 years you shall sow your field, and 6 years you shall prune your vineyard and gather in their yield. But in the 7th year there shall be a Sabbath of complete rest for the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. You shall not sow your field or prune your vineyard. You shall not reap the aftergrowth of your harvest or gather the grapes of your unpruned vine. It shall be a year of complete rest for the land. You may eat what the land yields during its Sabbath. All its yield shall be for food."
Can you hear it? The trees singing and clapping their hands for joy. The reading from Leviticus describes a rhythm woven into creation, a time of Sabbath rest for the land. 6 years of work, 1 year of rest. With a Sabbath for the field and the vineyard, God establishes a restorative rhythm between work and renewal. Walter Brueggemann believes that Sabbath is resistance. He asserts it is resistance because it is a visible insistence that our lives not be defined by the production and consumption of commodity goods, or even the production. Sabbath is God's way of saying no to 24/7 production. No to anxiety and fear that drives us to keep going. But it is God's yes to the earth so that it can catch its breath. According to Brueggemann, Sabbath is refusal to let our lives be defined by busyness and achievement. Now, we often think of Sabbath as a human practice, a time to stop, to breathe, and to remember who we are. But the writer of Leviticus expands this vision. Sabbath is not just about human well-being. It's about the earth flourishing. When the land rests, it heals. When the earth pauses, it sings. This was evident during the pandemic. With less traffic on the roads, the air became clearer and the water flowed cleaner. Today's children's reading from Psalm 96 describes this restorative experience from the earth's perspective. Let the heavens be glad, and let the earth rejoice. Let the sea roar, and all that fills it. Let the field exult, and everything in it. And then the trees of the forest sing for joy. In this text, creation is not silent, but it sings. And we are invited to join the song. Psalm 96 causes me to think about when we walk our golden retriever, Heidi. If a breeze is blowing, she likes to sit or lie in the grass with her face turned towards the wind, and it's blowing through her ears. She watches the tree limbs sway. She watches the leaves dance on the grass or across the pavement of the street, and it almost gets her to get up and chase them. But she is alert and alive during this moment. She's attuned to the world around her. Now, Heidi also enjoys watching the birds flit from tree to tree and listening to them sing. That seems to be a favorite activity, whether outside or inside, sitting at our double glass sliding doors and listening and watching birds to and from our patio. But their song also joins the cacophony of sounds that the leaves make when the wind blows. And Heidi just sits there with her face in the wind, taking it in as the leaves clap their hands for joy and the tree limbs wave in excitement. It's a Sabbath for her. And it could be a Sabbath for us if we weren't in a rush. But she invites us to join in paying attention to the song of creation. But to join the song, it involves listening. Sabbath is about listening and being attentive to the silence, to the wind moving through the trees, to the heartbeat of the earth and the garden. You see, in our hurried world, the songs of creation get drowned out by the noise of productivity and consumption. But in a biblical text, Sabbath beckons us. It beckons us to pause long enough to hear the songs that are all around us, to pause and listen to the music of creation. Poet Mary Oliver observes, "When I am among the trees, they give off such hints of gladness. And around me, the trees stir their leaves, and they call out, 'Stay a while, stay a while, and be filled with light so that you can go and shine.'" I think the song of the forest is not just poetry to the psalmist, but it's an invitation. An invitation to listen to the rustle of the leaves, to the whisper of the wind, to the waving of the tree limbs, and and to the song of the birds. All of these are invitations to join the harmonious song of creation and to set aside the discordant tunes of endless striving. It's time to say, enough. Enough. Enough striving. Enough consuming. Enough controlling. Sabbath invites us to pause. It invites us to live in a way that restores balance, humility, and gratitude. It means recognizing that we are not the center of creation. It means letting go of the illusion that everything depends on us and our effort, but instead to trust the rhythm of God. The readings from Leviticus and from Walter Brueggemann, the poetry of the psalmist and Mary Oliver are all invitations to join the song of rest and renewal and rejoicing. Can you hear it? Can you hear the earth singing? Can you hear the trees clapping their hands? May we find our place in the harmony of God's Sabbath song. May we pause to listen and be inspired. Go forth in harmony with creation's song, where every tree claps, every field rejoices, and every heart finds rest in God's peace. May your life join the chorus of love that welcomes all and heals the earth. Let us go forth in joy. Amen.
We're so glad that you listened to the message today. If you're looking for an open and affirming, peace-loving, and justice-seeking congregation, consider visiting us for in-person worship on Sundays at 9:30 a.m. We'd love to meet you.